Hello.
Huge fan. I have a Buffy question.
Yeah.
As you noted, vampire seems to have overrun the mainstream media. And Buffy seems to have reintroduced the vampire, I think, as relaunched their career. I was wondering, how do you think your portrayal of Spike helps reintroduce vampires into mainstream media?
Take the credit.
Josh came up to me early on, and he goes, "I don't like that Anne Rice crap." For me, vampires are supposed to be ugly. That's why I put the makeup on. And dead, really fast. You are a metaphor. You are a metaphor for all of the things that happen to a young person as they try to go between childhood and adulthood. And all of those messed up things in adolescence, you're the metaphor for it. So don't ever fool yourself, James. You're going to die. And I have to say, I was an impediment to the theme the entire time that I was there. Because Joss got talked into one pretty vampire by his writing team. Actually by his writing partner, David Greenwald. And David came up with the character of Angel. And at first Joss was like, get another show. This is not Anne Rice. Go work with Anne. I don't need these pretty vampires. I don't want the audience to love them at all. And he got talking to Angel, and Angel just took off. And now he's got another spin-off show. But the theme is being imperiled, right? And then I come on the set. And he didn't expect me to be pretty. He didn't know that the blonde hair was going to work so well. I was just supposed to be some dog toy for Drusilla. All the people wrote in, right? And he was just like, you're going to die, goddammit. Can I answer your question? I fell into a well of self-pity.
Hi, James. I was just wondering if you could describe any of your favorite scenes from Buffy or Angel, like what it was like to be on set filming something that you enjoyed.
Right on. Yeah, man. During the fight sequence where I finally kiss Buffy in that house that falls down. Whenever you fought Sarah, all the stunt guys, whenever you fought Sarah, they would sell, like if this is Sarah, they would sell a hit right, like a mile away, right? They'd sell it out here. And me, I was the one person that could get away with clocking her. Right? She would feel the wind on my fist, right? Hi, baby. And so Sarah's trained, and she kind of went. And then for like 8 takes, she just tipped my nose. Just, hey, baby, you want to get close? Well, that was hot. That was on Torchwood, my girlfriend directed the kiss that I kissed with John. We kissed, and then we turned to her. She's on a bar stool about 5 feet away. We're like, "How was that take?" She's like, "Oh, that was very good. That was a good take, but you guys need one more." And the director was just like, "You know what? This is perfect. I'm not in for this shot. You didn't say a thing." Yeah. Those are my best stories.
Hey, James. That was my old roommate. She's the one who got me into Buffy.
Good taste. Good taste.
Anyway, I have a question. What was it like filming the musical episode?
I was in my trailer, right, and doing what we all do in our trailer, which is sleep. And Josh comes, and he hands me a cassette, and he goes, "This is the new episode." And I'm like, "Oh, usually we get a script, but okay." And he leaves, and I go over and I put the tape in, and I hear some music. And I'm like, "What the? What?" And it's Joss and his wife Kai, and Joss is playing the piano, and he can't play to save his life. And I put it out like a monkey. And he and his wife were 2 of the most beautiful people I've ever met in my life. I mean, really, if you go over to dinner at their house, you'll never forget it. But they can't sing at all. And I'm like, what? John, what? And I go out of my trailer, and everybody else got the same take at the same time. And they're all coming out of the trailer, they got the same look on their face. What? And at that point, most of the cast, me and Tony Head were pretty comfortable because we were already singing in clubs. I've been singing in clubs since I was 14. So I was like, we'll try it, whatever. But for most of the cast, they were being asked to do something that they weren't trained to do in front of millions of people, in front of the world, right? So the cast went to Joss and said, look, man, you're going to ruin my career. If you ask me to juggle chainsaws, I'm going to cut my hands off. If you ask me to do a musical comedy, I'm going to flush my career. This is not what I'm prepared to do in front of an audience. I'm a dramatic actor, for God's sake. And he kept going, whatever. More now. And at some point, we all realized that he really was on the kick about this, and he was not going to let us off, and we really were going to film it. And so I watched the cast go from being really afraid and really not wanting to do something brave to really buttoning down, getting the vocal coaches in there, getting the dance instructors in there, doing the homework, and just going for it. And I've never been more proud of the cast than that. I just saw them start to fly. And I've never, especially Sarah, who had the most to lose, and the most work to do, and there was just so much egg flying around on her face, potentially. And she really buttoned down and did the work and did her best job that she could possibly do, and I was very proud of her for that.
You mentioned the 12 to 20-hour days, and I enjoy hearing about any complications that arise during production and solutions that come up. So I'm wondering if you can recall a particularly challenging day at Buffy and how that affected.
Yeah, I mean, they were all challenging. Seriously, it was known and it's still known that if you directed Buffy, you can direct anything, because Buffy has makeup, it has computer effects, it has special effects, it has stunts, it has comedy, it has drama, it has everything. So if you can bring off all of those elements, you can work anywhere. So anyone that directed Buffy has a free ticket in Hollywood right now. Some funny stories, though. There was an episode where we spent $250,000 on this big puppet, that was going to be all wet, and I'm going to fight the big puppet. I mean, it was about as big as, I don't know, a room. It's huge. Piece of foam. There's like 9 guys inside, sweating, making the thing scary and everything. And we get it on the set, and they didn't plan for the fact that it was going to be in water. So it sucked up all the water like a sponge, right? And all the guys inside are about to die. They're radioing going, gotta get out of here. And so they just let them go because they don't want to be sued. And so by the end of the day, I'm with this puppet. It's all sagged over the surface. And I'm like, if you really watch that episode, it's a lot like the puppet episode in Angel, because I'm doing the puppet. I'm making it hit me. Like right off, I'm taking this big foam arm right off screen and hitting myself. Because really, we were on set and everyone is just like, we're screwed. We're screwed. Like, this episode is going to be the worst we've ever filmed in our life. What do we do? What do we do? And I'm like, hey man, I'm a stage actor. Give me that thing. Give me that thing. So I bought myself with the puppet.
My question seems kind of stupid now, but first of all,
Stupid questions are the best ones.
just kind of a small question first. Dude, I thought you were British.
I still, when I go over to sign autographs in England, all the teenage girls go, give us your sexy British accent. Like, what? Well, what's wrong with the American one? Ain't that so sexy? No, it's not.
My real question is, who would you rather kiss again, Sarah Michelle Gellar or John Barrow?
That is a great question. That's a great question. I don't know what that sign means, man.
15,
Right on, thank you. For me, like when I kiss a girl, then I want to be the director. I want to say, this girl's going to get kissed right now. Yeah? But when there's another director out there saying, kiss her now, and you're getting paid, what's your job description? Are you an actor or are you a prostitute? You have to ask yourself. And so every time I have a love scene, I got to deal with that. Some people have that thought, some people don't, but I do. And so for me, if I'm going to kiss somebody, it really devolves down to, do I trust that person? Is that person my friend? Is that person going to help me through this weird day that we're having? And on that Score? I'd rather kiss John than any other human being on earth. I'll kiss him every day. I've bit him. The first time we did the first take, he's like, ow! I'm like, well, I haven't seen you in like 100 years. Yeah.
Hi. I just wanted to know what you felt your most rewarding role was that you ever played.
Wow. Fine. I remember I went to Joss one day and I said, you know, I'm not going to compare you to Shakespeare. That's just ridiculous. You're going to know I'm lying to you. But, frankly, Shakespeare only had 3.5 hours to explore the character of Hamlet. And he only had, or 3.5 hours for Richard II, Richard III, Macbeth. It's about 3.5 hours worth of expert, you know, really thinking about one individual. But I had 6 years of really good writing. And if I really look at the depth and where we went and what we said and the whole thing, and I compare it to Hamlet, I'm like, you know, Hamlet ain't all that, actually. There's not as much there. So, did that answer your question?
Yeah.
I talk so much, I forget. Go ahead.
Morning. I have 2 questions for you, actually, really quick. And the first one, I know there's a resource for this, and I meant to look it up, and I forgot, so I'm just going to ask you because you're here. Do you have a CD out of music? You do? Okay. So
I have 3.
Oh, excellent. I had a feeling, and then I was like, I'm a dum-dum, and I just have to ask.
Yeah.
Are they going to be here tonight?
No.
All right. That's okay. I'll do that online then.
Yeah, you can get them online. I was with a band called Ghost the Robot. We did an album called Mad Brilliant, which I think was pretty damn good. Then I did 2 solo projects after the band broke up. One was called Civilized Man, the other is called Like a Waterfall. You can get both of those too. I paid for the band on Like a Waterfall, and Ben Peeler, who's the guitarist for the Wallflowers, plays on it. And the drummer for Alanis Morissette plays on it too. So I paid so much money.
I can relate to that.
Yeah.
The second part of my question, because I'm also a musician and a singer, and I wonder, I feel guilty putting you on the spot, and you can say no. I wonder if you remember enough of the very last part of the Buffy musical episode. Just sing it with me. The end of, you know, where they just leave, they go outside the bronze, right before the kiss, which I won't make you do.
It's been so many years that I sing my own songs.
Right.
I don't remember.
It's like, I died so many years ago. I think that's about all you really have to say.
Okay, I'll do it.
Like a harmony, I don't know.
I'll just sing that?
Are you game? I think that's all you have to sing, right? It's like overlapping.
Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4.
I touched the fire and it freezes me. I look into it and it's black.
You just took me back to that night, which was so much weirder than I can even say.